Well, let me get this off my chest. Alright, we're ready.
Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll just get started. So, Edmund, just background information. Can you tell us a little bit about Binding of Isaac?
Binding of Isaac is a roguelike shooter based around the dungeon structure of the first Legend of Zelda. And it's coming out on Steam hopefully at the end of the month, if not early September, but I think the end of the month. And it's $5, or will be.
Alright. For people who don't know what it means, what do you mean by roguelike?
It's a randomly generated game with RPG elements. So every time you play, it's a new game, essentially. The bosses, the enemies you fight, the rooms that you're in, the items that you get are all chosen from this huge array of them. So there's right now 91 items. So usually when you play through a game, at most you get about 10 items. So you're never going to get the same items. You're never going to run into the same bosses. There's per chapter there are 4 to 5 bosses, but there's only 2 levels that have bosses. So you're not going to run into the same bosses. And it's just the basic goal is to make it so you can replay the game an infinite number of times without any real repetition as far as items, enemies, and just things that you run into. There's a lot of random occurrences.
Alright.
Random.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So for for someone who can get to the end, about how long does a single playthrough take?
The goal is to make sure it stays about an hour playthrough.
All right, and
seems a little long for an hour playthrough, but I think Splunky takes about an hour to beat as well. So I think that's probably a good time frame.
All right, I read that if you die, you have to start all over. Is that true?
Yes, it's all roguelikes are based around permadeath because it's how the structure works.
So that's basically the exact opposite of Super Meat Boy?
Yeah, in a way. In a way, it is completely the opposite of Super Meat Boy. Your game is over, but it's a completely different game. So the structure isn't remotely the same. The point of the game is to make sure the player lets go, let go of your character. That was your character. Your character leveled up and became like this. That's the end of him. Go back through again, and then you get to re-roll basically and play a new world. But it's hard to explain though because there's also progression. So there's when you start out, there's a chapter 3 ends with Mom's boss fight, and that ends that game there, but also unlocks more game. And then when you beat that, it unlocks more game, and then the more you do, the more adds to the experience, and basically the game becomes richer and with more bad guys, more items, and more levels and random happenings and enemies. So there is progression, but it's non-traditional.
All right. Can you go into detail about some of the different items that players will be finding?
Sure. Let me try to talk about them without revealing too much. What stuff have you gotten, Tommy, when you were playing today?
Let's see, I got X-ray glasses, pentagram, some lipstick.
Yeah, Tommy got some X-ray glasses, a pentagram, some lipstick, and a skeleton key, I believe. So
yeah, I got skeleton.
The pentagram raised his damage, the amount of damage he does, but also gave him horns. The skeleton key gave him 99 keys and put a keyhole in his forehead. And Mom's lipstick made him shoot further, but of course there's lipstick all around his mouth. Mm-hmm. And the X-ray glasses let him see secret levels and secret rooms without having to use bombs and stuff. And also, gave him a pair of X-ray glasses.
So, finding items will also change the character art?
Yeah, that's what I'm going through right now. Basically, every item you get will change your character in some way. and even like certain pills that you take will slightly change the hue of your character, so you'll be slightly blue or green or whatever else. There's items that change your size, make you bigger, smaller, make your head bigger, your body smaller. Change your feet, your arms, things around your neck, your face, your head, the top of your head, your hat, things that follow you around, things that follow those things around, and so on and so forth. There's also weapons that will change the actual weapon thing, and items that are in your item slot that you use that have effects as well.
All right. Now, with your past games, you've been famous for using them as ways to express yourself. What was the inspiration for this game? Do you hate your mother or something?
I don't hate my mom. No, the inspiration for this would probably be my. I have a preoccupation with like Christian extremist stuff. Basically, I don't know if you've heard of Jack Chick, but he's like this Christian comic artist who's totally insane, and he does like crazy extremist propaganda. I don't know. I find Christianity really interesting in probably all the wrong ways, and that's kind of what it was based off of. It's like when you grew up in the 80s, there's a lot of insane, I had a lot of people in my family telling me that I was going to hell because I played, Magic the Gathering and I played D&D. And, so it went with that. Like in the 80s, that kind of hysteria was going on. People believed that there were satanic cults out there who were sacrificing their children to Satan and all this other weird shit. And that kind of all went hand in hand with this. And it's basically my take on a real biblical story about the Binding of Isaac, which is a part of the Bible that talks about Abraham, was devout to God, and God tried to test his faith by asking him to go and sacrifice his son that he loved the most, which is Isaac. Go kill his son to prove that he loved God above all else. And so, he goes and ties up his son and brings him up to a hill, puts him on a sacrificial altar, and goes to cut his throat. And then God stops his hand at the last minute and says, "Okay, I believe you." And this is basically my take on the same story if that story happened now. And, a woman was told by God that she needed to kill her son to prove her faith. But this time the boy gets away and is constantly on the run in the basement from her. And that's it's about a lot of, I guess you could say, it's about my relationship with religion and Catholicism.
All right. Next question. How much does it cost to get a basement that big?
I don't know. I think it probably just costs a lot of praying. Gotta pray for it.
I'll keep that in mind. Now the game, I'm gonna post some screenshots along with this interview. The game is from a top-down view, and I don't know, personally, I just thought, this is just me being random, I thought that would look good with sort of depth of field, being able to, like, look down on it. And I know that you're 3DS licensed developers. Would you ever consider putting this on the eShop?
One of the main issues, and people have been asking a lot about console, like, why didn't I do console? Well, there's a lot of reasons why this game is not going to be a console game. One of those reasons is I don't want to go through ESRB because this would probably end up being a mature rated game, and I don't even feel it should be. So that's one issue. I don't want to have to deal with any kind of censorship. I don't want to have to deal with anybody telling me what I can or can't do and what I can and can't write about, because religion is iffy in a lot of places, and it would possibly be a problem. Another one would be the cost of development. Isaac will probably be in development for a little over 3 months when the game's finished. So it's not this grand game I wanted to spend a year on. I wanted it to be a small game. I want to sell it for $5, and I want it to be pretty simple. And if I would try to do console, it would push it to a year. And I'm not sure, like, the game's weird. The game's weird. It's an experiment. It's not traditional in the slightest. I think it might alienate a lot of people. So it's not necessarily something that I want to risk extra development on And regardless, I need to jump in the next team meet game, which I'll be starting right after this finishes. Tommy's already working on the foundation for the game currently, so I want to jump into a new game that's larger, and we'll probably end up spending almost 2 years on the next game. So I wanted this one to be short and sweet, and you can't make a short and sweet console game at all.
All right. Just a question out of interest then. On Steam, like when it says publisher, is it going to say just like Team Isaac or something? Because I know that you're not developing this with Tommy.
No, I think it just says Edmund McMillen.
All right.
I think that's it. I have another game up, actually, that none people know about. It's a free game on Steam called Coil, which both Florian and I also made. And it has same publisher name. It's just me.
All right. Next question to Tommy.
Tommy's actually outside. Let me see if I can get back in. Just a second.
I was on the phone with a very important client.
All right. My next question is to Tommy, because he's not directly involved in the development with Binding of Isaac. What is your unbiased opinion of the game, and if you could change one thing about it, even during development, what would it be?
It would have been that I would have done it. And I really like the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a weird situation. So, number one, it wasn't like... So, Tommy went on vacation.
Yeah.
Remember that, Tommy?
Yeah, that was a great vacation.
So, Tommy, like... I always want to say calls me up, but it's not like you ever call me up. But
Not really.
Tommy tells me online... at the time
I
he was...
Skyped you up.
He Skyped me up and down. At the time, he was with his live-in girlfriend. That's what I call her.
Yeah.
And he wanted to take a vacation because neither of us had taken a vacation since...
And it was my 30th birthday, and I'm like, hey, how about a nice 30th birthday present?
Yeah, so he wanted to kind of get away, and he decided to go to Hawaii.
I really didn't want to go to Hawaii.
Where did you go? Did she want to go to Hawaii?
She wanted to go to Hawaii, and I was like, you know what? I'm having fun with this girl. I'll go to Hawaii with her. I didn't want to. What am I going to do in Hawaii? I don't like the beach. I don't fucking swim in the beach. I don't give a shit about volcanoes. Anyways.
So Tommy takes a vacation, and I thought, I didn't take a vacation either, but I wanted to do something relaxing, and a little game jam usually is pretty relaxing. You jump into a game or whatever else, and essentially a game jam is you get together with somebody and you're like, hey, let's make a game in a few days or a week or whatever else. Sometimes it's just a day, 24-hour game jam. You see what you can make. And Florian was around at the time, and we had talked about possibly working on a game again. And I just threw out the idea for Binding of Isaac, and it seemed like, hey, this might be something easy to do in a week. And we started making it, and once I was actually really hesitant initially, and I think I remember telling you maybe you might.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not sure about this game because it was weird. I guess it was just alien to me. But the thing is the next game that Tommy and I are working on has a lot of elements that this game holds, and I wanted to be able to prototype those elements before we jumped into the game, so I already had experience with them. So it was kind of a practice round in a way. And then what happened was, once the week passed, it seemed like the game had more potential than I initially thought. And then a week turned into 2 weeks, and then into a month, and then into 2 months, 3 months, and then it turned into, let's release this. Let's release this on Steam, and I think it has potential. And that's essentially what happened. And then Tommy broke up with his girlfriend.
Right, that's the twist. Twist ending was I was miserable. I was miserable the whole time.
The whole time. It's almost like being dead the whole time.
Yeah.
That's a weird twist.
Yeah, this is not a great twist.
Yeah, but He's not miserable. Well, yeah, you're not miserable now.
Well, not
Well,
miserable when it comes to girls.
Yeah. Tommy's in transition.
Yeah,
Tommy's trans.
I'm getting a transition surgery.
All right. So moving on from that twist, Danny B is returning to do the music for Binding of Isaac. Correct, the entire soundtrack.
Yes.
How many songs has he composed for this besides the one he's released right now?
I think it's going to be like an EP, so it'll probably end up being like 6 or 7 songs.
Okay. And like Super Meat Boy, will he be able to sell that afterwards?
Yeah.
And do you know if he will?
Yeah, he totally owns his music, and he'll probably sell it afterwards. It's pretty awesome stuff. It's way different than Meat Boy in terms of the mood, because it's very moody and eerie and lonely and haunting, where Meat Boy was kind of like action packed and high energy. This sometimes gets really low energy and creepy, so it's totally different.
All right. So, if you don't want to answer this, I'll just cut this out. But, you, before Super
I
Meat Boy...
won't make out with you. I'm sorry.
No. No, I will not make out with you.
What?
Before Super Meat Boy, I know Edmund was working on a somewhat smaller project called Hitler's Must Die.
Uh-huh.
And then that kind of stopped. I think it was because of the engine, was it?
Hitler's Must Die stopped because I could not work with the guy I was working on with it anymore.
Okay.
With it.
Do you have any... Oh, if it were with another person, would you, be willing... Would you want to see that through to completion, or do you just want to stop that and just forget about it?
I would love to work on Hitler's Must Die again, but if I work on it again, it would have to be with somebody who's awesome, and it would have to be a completely different game. Not in terms of the visuals and the theme, but in terms of gameplay.
Okay. Then I guess my final question is to Tommy and asking if he's still using my name.
Yes. Yeah, you are. I am Patrick McNulty at Safeway.
It's so fucking true.
Yeah, whenever I get a receipt, it says, "Thank you, Mr. McNulty." Yeah.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna get a bill in the mail someday, aren't I?
You're gonna get what?
A bill?
I'm
You probably
gonna get a
credit.
bill.
Yeah, you're probably getting lots and lots of credit.
If you were smart, you'd go to Safeway and get your free sandwiches.
Don't you fucking steal my free sandwich.
Got any more questions for Tommy? Because he ended a very important phone call to come back then.
With the client.
Yeah.
I don't think I do. I think he can bail.
Alright, then I'm out this bitch. Thanks for your time, sir.
Yep.
You hear that, Tommy?
I heard.
He said,
I heard. Oh.
Alright. So, I mentioned it earlier, but you are licensed to develop for the Nintendo 3DS, correct?
Yeah. We're licensed to develop for anything Nintendo right now.
Awesome. Is it true that you did that so that you could have something that you'd want to play on your system?
That actually is true. That was one of the reasons. Another reason is tax write-off. But we haven't actually purchased kits yet because they've been a bit hard to get. And I don't believe the next game we're working on is going to. I don't know. Maybe it will. Who knows? It all depends. Like the next game might be something that could be on the 3DS, but we usually go into things and just see like we're developing this on the PC and we're developing it with a gamepad. So if down the road we're finished and it's something that could easily work on the 3DS, then we might consider it, as long as the 3DS isn't dead.
All right. I don't know. At this rate, it's going to be $2 by the time the game comes out.
Yeah, the next game will cost the same price as buying a system.
Oh yeah, I just keep joking that the system's going to become free and the games are going to become $60 each.
That makes sense.
That's where the money is. So is Binding of Isaac developed for gamepad use or keyboard use?
It's developed for keyboard use, but Tommy is actually helping me right now possibly add gamepad support.
Okay.
Tommy's actually been very helpful, or is being very helpful in the later part of development because he'll also be helping with Steam stuff.
Ooh, that's nice.
He knows his way around a computer.
I can tell.
Yeah.
So just a quick question about Indie Game the Movie.
Mm-hmm.
You and Tommy are doing a complete commentary of it. Is that correct?
Yeah.
How's that been going?
We actually haven't seen the movie yet. They're coming up. They're coming up on the 21st, and we get to see a sneak peek before the movie actually is coming out. And I don't know when, but eventually we'll be doing that commentary. I don't think it'll be when they come down, but a little bit later. We're also doing there's a sneak peek in a local theater if you live in the Bay Area in Santa Cruz, and we will be doing a Q&A after the movie for the show.
All right. So the movie, among others, follows you from, is it start to finish for Super Meat Boy, or is it like midway to finish?
It's almost start to finish. They started recording us when we lost the IGF, so they have a full year of development essentially.
Okay.
So I mean, it's a little bit. I mean, it was a year and 8 months, I think. A year and 8 months a year and 6 months that we worked on the game. So yeah, they popped in about 6 months into development when we had entered the IGF and lost, and then they kind of followed us around for about a week at a time for about 3 to 4 full weeks, all through development. And then it's me, Tommy, Phil, and John.
Okay.
They recorded a shitload of people though. Like
yeah.
when we started, like when they pitched it to us, they were like, "Yeah, we've got this person," and I think they had like 20-something developers that all had like full-on interviews, and a lot of people like had really detailed segments where they spent a week with these people interviewing them and everything else. But I guess in the end, they just decided that the story that they wanted to tell was more about releasing a game, development and release. So they kind of focused on the people who actually had development and release within what they recorded, and instead of just interviews, which is why they're going to be releasing another DVD, special edition DVD, where it's just another full basic movie of all those segments that they did. Because there's a lot of crazy stuff, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it too, because there's a lot of people I really like and I want to know about. They even went over to like Jason Rohrer's house and stayed with him for like a week, and I know they got a great amount of footage of that too, so I'm pretty interested in what everybody has to say and all the experiences.
Alright. In the most recent trailer, there's a scene where Tommy stands up and swears at his Xbox. Is that the Super Meat Boy launch?
Yeah. Is Tommy outside again? Oh. Yeah, that is actually, I wish he was here. You want to skip that question and come back to it? Because he'll probably
Sure.
be back in. He's just taking a crap. He takes dumps that take like... He's yelling from the bathroom. Takes dumps that take weeks. A slow birth.
Okay.
Yeah. He gets sweats, and he can't sit down, and he comes in, it's hanging out like half a foot. He's just, I have to dab his forehead with a sponge.
Oh, lovely.
Then I have to...
I'm just keeping that in so that the listeners can know what I'm putting up with.
That's what Tommy said.
Okay. Anyways, I guess until then, I'll just return with another controversial topic. You made a comment about a week and a half ago or so about Nintendo Wii that's caused a lot of backlash.
Has it caused backlash? I don't really read comments and stuff.
Oh, it's at least the one site I frequent had like 500 comments or something.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it caused some backlash. Do you want to basically summarize your statement as you meant it?
Yeah, sure. I think what I said, well, I don't even know how it was taken, but what I said was it started actually as a rant about peripherals in general and Kinect and PlayStation Move and the Wii, and about how like I don't believe that there are more than one or two games that utilize the Wii's controller in a fun way that are actually something that you would in the future go and say, hey, I really want to play this game and I'm going to dig it up and I'm going to have to break out the Wii to play it. And I say that because there are countless games now, like Nintendo usually takes their old classic games and then puts them back out again on a new system. You know, that's what they always do. They revamp old games. And if you look back at all the classic games on the Wii, you'll notice that the best games are ones that don't require the Wii remote at all. Like Mario Galaxy, you could do on the 3DS with just the analog stick. Yeah. It's the things that they put into the game that use the Wiimote, like the wiggling of it or even the mouse aiming, which isn't even needed. It was just fluff. It was just like, hey, we're going to make a 3D Mario game, but also we're going to have to use this controller. And I think the majority of games on the system that utilize the Wiimote just were tacked on. And they didn't make the game more fun. In fact, they probably made it worse. Like, I know that the Twilight Princess, I probably would have had a much better time with it without having to wave around my Wiimote at the screen in order to slash instead of pressing a button, which what it was actually designed to be, because it was designed on the GameCube.
Yeah, I assume you didn't play the GameCube version.
No, I didn't play. I didn't have a GameCube. But I will say that there are, the game it came with, which is the game everybody bought it for, Wii Sports, was a great game which totally utilized the controller. And it was also made by Nintendo, and they knew what they were doing. And I think in hindsight, you can look through all the library of games and look at the games that actually required that kind of motion. And I don't think that there are many good games at all. Maybe one or possibly two. And I think that that's true. And I think that they know that because I guarantee their next system probably won't require you to wave anything around in front of the screen in order to do anything. It just turned out to be not that fun in hindsight. And I think that goes, even more so with Kinect. I think that thing is horrible.
Oh yeah. Actually, what's funny is people say this, and it's true. The best Kinect software are the user-made things that just utilize the cameras. Oh, of course. And I did read some of that. Like, I read a lot of the comments with like, Kinect's awesome because you can mod it. It's like, yeah, sure. I'm not saying that the fucking tech sucks. I'm saying that it as a peripheral where you jump around on the screen to control shit, that's not fun. Like, it's really not. Like, this has been done. Like, it has been run into the ground by the Wii. Anything that you can do with Kinect is basically you can do with the fucking Wii, and you're not gonna. The really sad thing is the fact that the fucking Kinect is essentially an upgraded version of the iToy, which came out like 7 or 8 years ago, which wasn't fun then. I bought that thing, and there was like a ninja game that came with it, and it was almost essentially identical to that Fruit Ninja game that's coming out for it, like identical, where you just chop at the screen and you kill little like ninjas and stuff. It's just old. It's old, and it wasn't fun then, and it's not fun now. And they just tried to capitalize on the Wii's, alt video game success. And I think the proof will be in, the next systems. And I don't think they're going to utilize much of this stuff because I think that they know that people don't want it anymore. There's a reason why Wii sales are down. Well, whatever. There was a question for you, Tommy.
What's the question?
Let's see.
I know the question. The question was, in any game trailer, there's a part in the movie where you say, "What the fuck is this?" What were you talking about?
I was talking about our presence on launch day.
Do you want to talk about that?
Board. It was non-existent.
And do you want to go into why this made you swear, or
do what?
Just want to drop it? Do you want to explain why that made you swear? I know, but people might not know.
Oh, because we were supposed to have an ad, and there was no ad. That's basically it.
Yeah, Tommy woke up and
Yeah,
was
and
greeted
was greeted with disappointment.
and this was just after, like, I mean, we got put through the ringer by Microsoft, and I remember joking with you and saying, like, we used to laugh at about how fucked we were getting by everything. It was like,
Yeah.
how could we get fucked
Yeah,
by this?
how are we gonna get fucked this time?
I think we even might have said, like, oh, there won't even be an ad. There won't
Yeah.
even be an ad. And then, we thought, yeah, that's hilarious. Like, that's how we would get really fucked if they don't even put our ad up. And no, they didn't. Our ad didn't go up for, like, the first 8 hours of the day. So that's, like, Tommy woke up. See, Tommy got up before me, and he woke up to seeing that. And then probably, did you assume that they just fucked us completely? Like, did you assume that
Oh,
they weren't...
No, I didn't, our producer always said, assume, what did he say? It was assume ignorance instead of malice.
Yeah.
I assumed malice.
Yeah, there was just so much shit that happened then, like, and there's a reason why our producer told us that, because it seemed like every turn we were getting fucked in some way, and he would always tell us, no, it's just, assume, even like negligence, people did laziness, assume anything other than that they're out to get us. But it was really hard not to assume that this was spiked in some way. Like we were getting punished.
This was us being punished or us being thrown under the ringer for their stupid mistake. That mistake being headlining a fucking promotion with a game as awful as Hydrophobia.
Yeah, but you'll get to see all that in real
and more!
And more! You'll get to see, I think, each and every one of us, other than John, crumble.
Yeah.
In some way, we will crumble.
We will also triumph.
Yeah,
there's triumph.
There's triumph. And well, people know that fucking triumph, but the crumbling is the part that
people don't know the crumbling.
Yeah. The crumbler, what they call me.
Nobody knows.
So,
by the way.
I guess I have another question for Tommy while he's here.
What's that?
If we're talking about sort of post-mortem Super Meat Boy, do you want to talk about the PC launch? Because I know that wasn't as smooth as you had hoped it would be.
It wasn't that bad. It just took a week to fix everything. No, it was pretty good. I don't remember.
Alright.
Yeah, if anything, I think Tommy was just writing off of the still existing stress from Microsoft launch.
Yeah, no, I mean, as far as the PC goes, there were some issues with some people's hardware and stuff like that, but it was not the majority by any means, and I was able to fix it quickly because of.
You do.
I hit the wait, which one is
Q? Oh, nice. A protective fly.
Oh, okay.
Tommy's playing Isaac.
Yeah, no, the PC launch was fine. I mean, maybe in hindsight, I would have done the Mac and the Linux version all at the same time, but I was also fucking frustrated as hell at all the Microsoft stuff and trying to get everything done. So, no, I wouldn't really change anything.
Alright. This is my time to complain audibly to you guys. I don't know. I got Super Meat Boy update today. It may have fixed it. I didn't check since, but after the last update, it just wasn't running.
I don't know.
Is this no, not a known issue?
Did you update Steam? Because that would be the only reason why.
I don't know. All of a sudden, I just decided I was going to play Super Meat Boy yesterday, and it crashed every time I got the Newgrounds logo, so I think they're out to get me.
No, I'm pretty sure
What the fuck could have happened there? Did you somehow uninstall DirectX?
No, that
way it would crash before it.
That wouldn't even have been it, because honestly, the last two updates have been they have been updates to languages.
Yeah, you might just want to.
Nothing to do with.
You might want to uninstall, but keep your save and then reinstall.
Yeah.
Because nobody else is having problems.
Yeah, I think I saw like one or two people, but that happens every update. Every update, they're like something changed, and 9 times out of 10, it's their computer that changed.
Okay.
Yeah. But no,
And
I specifically coded it to your Steam ID. I was like, fuck this guy.
Fuck you, guy.
Speaking of my coding things just for me, the chapter upload bug still persists.
Then you didn't.
Then you haven't updated in
you
a
need to
while
update.
because that is confirmed fixed by like.
Yeah, that is
everybody.
100% fixed and has been fixed because there's been shitloads of chapters.
Yeah, there's been everybody that had the chapter problem. Like we spoke to a whole bunch of people, and every single person we talked to that had the problem no longer has the problem. And it was a real problem, and we found it and fixed it.
All right. So
yeah.
I should just update Steam itself.
I think you need to update your entire game.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll get onto that in a bit then.
Get onto that.
Yeah, the chapter update thing has been fixed since I think the beginning of July.
Yeah, I tried that because I got like a tweet sent at me, I assume from Edmund, saying that's fixed. But then I went in and I went to upload. It like said, upload your chapter, and I started selecting my 20 levels, and then on level 3, the whole thing just crashed.
Yeah, you somehow not updated.
Yeah, somehow yours isn't updated because that was the exact problem, and yeah, we've confirmed that to be fixed from everybody that reported to the problem. We talked to 3 or 4 people that were having the problem, and then one fixed it for some people, and then I actually found the root of the problem, and then that fixed it for everybody else.
Okay.
So yeah, get off my dick.
I'll trust you're being honest then. I assume it's just
Get
me
off.
because my
Stay
computer.
off.
My computer's not the best.
Penis.
Yes.
Your computer. What do you have, by the way?
I have a Dell Dimension E510 desktop.
You know what the specs are? You probably have Intel graphics, right?
I think so. My graphics card is mismatched to my processor for some reason, so the processor can't handle the graphics card.
I don't think that's my fault.
No, that's not your fault.
Uh,
That's not your fault at all. That would be my brother's fault.
I do like how this interview has become troubleshooting.
I know.
Yeah. I don't know.
But no,
I ran out of
client.
questions a few minutes back, so I'm just chewing the breeze now.
Yeah. Did you say chewing the breeze? Okay, because I was gonna say if you said chewing the breeze, you just combine two things.
Chewing the breeze, bitch.
That's what a Russian person would say. I'm just chewing the breeze. Oh, that's an orange pill. Oh, good. Oh, good. Thanks, Ed.
What did it do? Oh, it's an aloe pill?
Yeah.
Because you at least blew that open for free. Hey, another pill.
What's this one do?
Let's see. Oh, you became a retard. Nice job. That's why you don't fucking eat so many pills, Tommy.
I like pills.
You don't pick up pills off the ground that you find in the basement and just eat them.
You also don't cry on poop to get quarters.
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
You've never done that?
That's how I got my money.
That's how I got my first $1 million.
So what we learned about Tommy is he is obsessed with using my identity and is obsessed with drugs.
Yeah, I like drugs.
He pops
Dude,
pills.
I actually take drugs every second of the day.
He lives the 420 lifestyle.
Yeah, I even have a hat that has different colors on it and a bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So how's that? How's that for reference?
Yeah.
I just went back 5 years, bitch.
Yeah.
What? What else? What else? I'm Rick James, bitch.
Oh, there's one. Fuck your couch!
Yeah. What else? What else is 5 years ago? What else is just not cool at all, but was kind of funny to say at one point?
Ridge Racer.
Oh yeah, Ridge Racer.
It's basically anything from Sony's E3 2006.
Yeah, that was,
So giant enemy crab in the lot.
yeah, that was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go back even further. Groovy, baby, yeah.
How about don't have a cow?
I caramba.
I caramba.
Yeah. Hasta la vista, baby.
Fuck your flies.
Oh dear.
No, I'm gonna save that for a boss.
He never fucking hit a boss with that.
I hit the Larrys with it.
Oh yeah, that would fuck him up. That guy, see, look, he just wants to wander around. I hate that. Why is he going? Why didn't he come over to you? And you fucking knock him over. Kill him.
Are you complaining about your own game?
Yeah.
That's the only way you make your own games good is by complaining about them. That's game design 1012.
And see, here I thought that you had to complain about them, then fix them.
No, it's not that.
Just complain.
Okay. I can make my own game now.
Do it. Do it, fucker.
Did you see that little fly over there?
Yeah.
It ate the shit and became fat.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really good.
Too bad you don't have video of this, because then you'd have the first video of Isaac being played with commentary.
Mm-hmm.
Become
Oh yeah, if you'd like to send that over, I'll upload that next to
the coolest kid
The side of
this side of Nerdville. Queen of the Dorks.
Queen.
Was what they call you.
Yeah, Queen.
Queen.
Yeah, I love how now I'm suddenly female.
Yeah. Princess Dorkenknocker. You got killed by that thing. Tommy just got killed by a blob in the basement. Actually, were you in the basement? You were in the basement.
Yeah. A second part.
I think I gotta balance out. What the fuck is your luck with the Book of Shadows?
Because this game is bullshit.
I love how random things don't seem random at all.
That's the definition of random. Oh, god damn it.
Alright. Is this interview over?
This is over.
Basically, I'm just getting a whole bunch of B-roll right now.
Okay.
What's B-roll?
Filler.
Yeah.
Well, technically, it would be like he would be playing this while he's playing everything else.
With himself.
Yeah. Because B-roll would be like, I'm talking to you. And then, like when any game movie got B-roll, and then it would be the outside of the house or me walking up the stairs like that. Dude, get those. Oh, you don't have 7.
What? I guess that warped me to the store.
Oh, did you use the Hermit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hermit the Frog here.
I thought the last interview was bad for randomness.
Huh?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
I thought the last interview was like the tops I would ever have for randomness.
No.
No.
Wait for the next interview. It's just going to be us farting and jerking off. Everyone, you hear a little moan and a fart.
Yeah, you'll fart on my boner.
And you don't know if we're moaning from pleasure or pain, because it's like maybe we
Or just retardation.
and or if we're crapping. It's going to be a mystery.
Here's something random for you. I shit myself on the bus once.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Now, I had total bowel control as a child.
I didn't shit myself when I was little, but I shit myself when I was older.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Actually, have the story in their interview.
What was that?
We've told that story before.
Yeah.
That's where Ed shit his pants at the W Hotel.
I've shit my pants on multiple occasions. I shit my pants in the W Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I shit my pants. I used to take my wife home, or not home, but to work. I used to take her to work in the morning, home. And
that's her work.
yeah, so
Oh.
like I had, I'm a very regular person in the morning, and this was before the gallbladder was out, so I wasn't eating the best, you could say. And so the night before, like let's say I had a Little Caesars pizza at 12 midnight or something.
Mm-hmm.
So when I wake up at 8 in the morning the next day, and I take Danielle to work, and if she's working downtown, it's like a 20-minute drive home and back. In the midst of that, I might have to really need to take a shit horribly. And I usually am like, I'm going to make it, like, you know what I'm talking about. Everybody experiences this sort of thing. I'm just I'm closer, I'm going to be there. So I make it all the way, and I'm running up the stairs, and like as I put the key in the lock, it felt like a lightning bolt hit my ass, and I just lost all control of I lost it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an accident like the W Hotel. It was like there's a breaking point in everybody's bowel holding, and I guess the inside of my intestines hemorrhaged in some way that my anus could no longer squeeze tight enough to keep it in, and it was just like it was like a reverse of it was like a reverse sodomy.
Yeah.
I was being raped from the inside. And that's the pain I felt. It was like, ah! And then, fucking, oh my god, it was like, I've used the analogy of, it looked like somebody took a muffin and just shoved it on my ass. It was like a muffin of shit that was just there, and I was like, oh my god, and I just, I was like shaking, like I had the flu or something, and I've been convulsing, and I just jumped in the shower and I washed it all off.
Unclean!
And that's my story.
Are we gonna get another one of these stories every time?
Yeah, well, I'll think. Hopefully, the next time for the next game, I'll have shit myself in some other way.
We'll be back at the W Hotel at some point. I'm sure he'll shit himself.
I'll just forcefully shit myself.
Now that's kind of what I get in. I'm into that now.
Yeah, I know.
I go to fancy hotels and shit myself in the lobby in front of the prettiest girl I can find.
I know all about it.
And then she takes me upstairs and cleans me up.
And then it just gets sexy from there.
Yeah, well, I don't know how it could get more sexy than that, but okay.
Oh god.
He's orgasming.
Yeah, I know. Please not.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's what you sound like.
That's you.
Lovely.
When you're getting pleasure from hearing us shit our pants.
Yes.
What's judgment
Oh,
Damn it. Shit, I don't know. Maybe that's a new one. Oh, nice. But fuck those guys. That was rad. All right, there. That's what it does, Tommy.
Well, that's good. I'll
Troll
take
bombs from the fucking sky. Ow!
that. Judgment.
Right, put that in your fucking report, guy.
Yeah, put that.
Yeah, that's some inside info. The judgment card calls down troll bombs from the sky.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'll just have to cut that out, put that into what I asked you about items, and then just separate that from all this other stuff.
There you go. It'll just say like, and then the card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Lovely.
No. Yep. Verp. Vip. Vip. Burp. Verp. Vip.
Ooh. Charm of the
Okay.
kills
Nice.
heal.
Yeah. Well, X amount of kills heal. You'll see like a little health icon appear when you. I think it's killing 12 things will kill. Will heal. It's helpful. I think it's a little weak. I might rebalance, but hey, nice slot machine. You gonna invest?
Yeah, I got a lot of money.
Let's see what he's got. Oh, nothing. Oh my god, you're getting fucked over here. It's just like real life.
Nothing.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Here's
I'm no longer going to try and pass this off as an interview. I'm just going to call it commentary of Binding Zach.
Yeah. Just do it over screenshots.
What is that?
Double damage. Yeah, you just got blood of the martyr, bitch. Don't buy that.
Make one of
Don't
those YouTube
spend it.
videos that's an odd track with just pictures.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is the fuck? Oh!
Tommy just got a shitload of cool stuff. Yeah, that's pretty good too, though. Tommy got a shitload of cool stuff. Just doubled his damage, and then had 8 coins he was gonna go spend in the slot machine, and then just ran into fire
And died.
and died. Did it do a full damage or half? Did you have half?
It did a full damage, because I had a full
Okay,
heart.
I'll make sure the fire does half damage.
Yeah, that would have been nice earlier,
Okay.
cocksucker. You cocksucker! Ugh!
All right, I'm gonna get back to work, McNulty.
Yeah. Stop
Alright.
stealing my identity at Safeway.
I'll take it.
Oh,
That's you.
Lovely. Okay.
all right. Tell me when it's up. We'll do the usual linkage.
Yeah.
Okay. Will do.
All right, take it easy.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bark, bark.